and get this counted down and underway as soon as I can find the correct browser window with the chat in it where I can do it, because I can't find it. And where is it? I don't know. Oh my God, where is it? There it is. Okay, let's type the command. So yeah, we're getting it started. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Mari, can you blow it up to 1920 by 1080 just so I don't have to do that? They've all got to be 1920, 1080. All right, the one push down point here for Sidnev to start off our round 2 matchup against Gerald. The winner will go to the semifinals and be our first confirmed semifinalist for the month. Mari, it's going to look crusty if I blow it up to 1920 by 1080. So either way, it's going to look crusty. But if it's not at 1920 by 1080, it's going to throw off all the other slides. Zella Zowie gifting a tier 1 sub to Gazurchu. Thank you so much, Zella Zowie. Really appreciate the support. Gazurchu, give a tip of the old cap to Zella Zowie. All right, Gerald looking to uncover the well. We'll do so there with that T. All right, game a little bit stingy here to start off. I think stingy. Yeah, we got 20 O's and 11 long bars. So a little bit skewed here. There is a long bar down for Sidnev. Going to use that bar to build out column 9 and fill in with the... I mean, that was a really cool adjustment. Make room for that S and get Tetris ready. So another one, Sidnev 175, 152 here for Gerald. And by the way, we have had a $10 contribution to the prize pool from Abby Normal. My apologies that the alerts aren't coming up. I've got to troubleshoot those tonight at some point. But yeah, the alerts don't seem to be coming up. Not sure why, but that puts the prize pool at 1551, speaking of palindromes. So thank you again, Abby Normal. If you do want to contribute to the prize pool, you can do so at ctm.gg/Matcherino. MATCHERINO. And yeah, we also have some coupon codes out there. We've still got 47 coupon codes on the Matcherino. Interesting left side of the board there for Sidnev. Going to be able to take that down a bit with a Tetris. So Sidnev will try to uncover this with as few problems as possible. But all right, 319 for Gerald. Gerald taking a look. Gerald in the lead by about 40,000 points. But yes, we still have 47 coupon codes to go on the Matcherino. That means you just go to the Matcherino link, click on Twitch to log in, and then you click one button, and then Matcherino puts 25 cents into the prize pool, right? So we get 50 of those. It's free, costs you nothing, and it's the least you can do. And listen, we got 116 people watching right now. If you all did it right now, it'd be done. And I'd never have to ask about it again. Nifty little sequence there leading to a T-spin for Sidnev. Not sure if that was kind of a misdrop or an intentional T-spin setup, but either way, pretty darn nifty. All right, we're now at 43, so just 43 to go. If everybody here did it, we'd be done for the month. Tetris Sidnev 392, 441 for Gerald. Tetris, Sidnev 417, 487 for Gerald. So less than, well, no, about actually a little more than one Tetris lead for Gerald. And of course, Gerald behind in the piece sequence as well. So about 12 lines, 12, 14 lines behind Gerald. Sidnev into 19 at 510. And Gerald 9 lines to go. There are 4 of them for a Tetris. And there's 4 more for a Tetris. Into 19 at 562 and another one. So Gerald at 586, Sidnev 536. 50,000 point lead for Gerald. And there we go, another Tetris. Gerald, we don't know much about Gerald. You know, Gerald just kind of emerged into the scene a couple of years ago. Already almost fully formed, right? Just super good player. Has already won 2 CTM Masters events in his young life. $693 Gerald, $652 Sidnev. Still very much a man of mystery here, Gerald, and I think Gerald likes it that way. Tetris for Sidnev, 689, and another one, 718. Now again, we still have this about 13 line difference between Gerald and Sidnev. Gerald behind in the piece sequence. So Sidnev into 24, Gerald now just getting into 23. But at the very least, we can say Gerald has some affinity for Puerto Rico. So we're going to add that to the mosaic of things we know about Gerald. Like you already know too much. All right, long bar over for a Tetris for Gerald. Sidnev, cleanup mode. Nice long bar flat. Kingsman loves it. And there we go. Nice sequence for Sidnev to get open, Tetris ready, and get that Tetris. Sidnev in the score lead now, but Gerald still, you know, significantly sort of ahead in or behind in lines. So Gerald has a little bit more runway should it come down to, you know, a level 39 battle. Game Scout says, so much Tetris to watch today. Yes, indeed. We already had a really great match between Sidnev and SV, especially that game 1. It's exactly what you want. All right, we dropped a few frames there. Sorry about that. And Sidnev into 29 with the max out. Gerald at 928. 1 Tetris there. Set up for another Tetris and 999 for Gerald, just shy of the max out. And here we go. Gerald's got some gaps to work out and kind of dependent here, but not going to be able to survive. Gerald is going to top out here on 29 with the max out. And Sidnev is good for game 1. Yeah, for those of you who are watching the desert, is that what it is? The desert qualifier? No, it's WPL, right? What is going on? What are all the things going on? It's Ohio, right? So who's at Ohio right now? But we got 2 ready players. It is game 2. Sidnev up 1 game to none over Gerald. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and a Tetris. All right, 2 pushdown points here for Gerald, and it looks like Sidnev now trying to win the pushdown war. Now it's 5 pushdown points for Gerald. So there's a little pushdown war going. All right, 144 for Gerald, 129 for Sidnev in the early phase of game 2. All right, thanks, Mari. I've got your slide. We'll go ahead and try to promo it here when we get a chance. Sidnev with the iTuck setup waiting and gets the I-bar and another one for a Tetris 177. For Sidnev from the Netherlands. Sounds like where, you know, the dead lurk in the Netherlands, you know. Dirty Tetris after a couple of misdrops, I think, for Sidnev. 226, 239 for Gerald. Like a journey back from the Netherlands. You know? All right, 330 for Gerald through halfway to the level 19 transition. This is a very, very good pace. You know, on pace for about a 650 or so transition. If you can keep it up. Sidnev on pace for about a 500k transition. There's a Tetris Sidnev 275. Oh, no perfect clear for Gerald, but had the chance. All right, Sidnev gonna spin that Z in to fill in the stack. Get Tetris ready and gets that Tetris 322. Gerald ahead by about 76,000 points or so. Sidnev going to get that Tetris, though. But so will Gerald. So pretty healthy pace for Gerald at the moment. Not so bad for Sidnev either. Sidnev coming back after a brief hiatus. And doesn't seem to have missed a beat. Really, you know, must have been playing other events and things like that, but playing very well. Taking down one CTM Masters event champion, SV, and up 1-0 over another, Gerald. There's an adjustment with the L piece for Gerald to make room for that T. Zoltan asking the rules 39 cap. Yes, there is a level 39 super kill screen implemented this month. Thaddeus is asking, Vandy, who is your OG player from back in the day? Jonas, Buko, Corian, Josh, etc. That's a good question. Who is my like fan favorite, or who is like the best? I mean, obviously, if you're talking like who's the best player, it's Jonas, of course. You know, has the resume to back that claim up for sure. I don't think that's very much in dispute. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm a fan of Ben Mullen just for being a goofball. Right? I like that. Corian, I don't know if I would consider OG, kind of middle G, right? Really didn't emerge till what, 2016, 17, 2017, something like that. 633, huge transition, Sidnev, but bigger transition for Gerald, 677. Yeah, I like me some Ben Mullen, kind of a, you know, a punster, kind of a goofball, and knows a lot about the game. And I don't know, I just vibe with Ben Mullen very much. And a good commentator, was a commentator on some of the early CTMs with me, and I think also maybe with fridaywitch as well. $781 Gerald, $723 Sidnev. Sidnev still ahead in the P sequence here by about 12 lines or so. Gerald waiting on that bar. There's the bar. Yeah, people asking if CTWC will have some sort of line cap, and I would... oh, Gerald's board a little spicy. Oh, able to get that long bar over to the left, but not out of the woods yet. Wow. This is so tough. Gerald going to top out 852. Sidnev is already in the lead and will take a 2-0 lead over our friend Gerald Freeman. This is James Chen will have fun explaining that. All right, we got 2 ready players. Sidnev up 2-0 over Gerald. Gerald needs to win this one to stay in the tournament. Here we go. 3-2-1 Tetris. I think the address for CTM is on in the about page, I think. If you send a self-addressed stamped envelope, I will reply with an autograph. So there you go. Oh, now I have to put in another slide. Oh my God, Mari. See, this whole time you were waiting on me, but it was really you who were the problem. Oh, kind of Sidnev waggling that long bar there, but ends up getting where it needs to go for the Tetris. 8 pushdown points for Gerald. 1, just the 1 for Sidnev. Hana says, does it take longer the older you are? Yes, unfortunately it does. And that's pretty much true of everything. $138 Sidnev, $136 Gerald. All right, there is a tee to burn out that little snarl. Middle of the board for Sidnev. Sidnev gets the Tetris 164. Mari, if you want to put that link in the chat at the very least, so those of our community who have just heard your message and want a link to click on, why don't you put that in the chat? For goodness sakes, Mari. 240 Sidnev, 251 for Sidnev. You got to think like a marketer, you know? You got to get the people there. Gerald with a Tetris, 297. Another healthy pace from both of these players. All right, Gerald waggling the long bars as well. Oh, look at that. Love to see it. Oh, but there we go, creating a gap in the middle of the stack, you know. Hey, a little too creative there, Gerald. But Gerald's still in the lead at the moment. There we go. All right. So if you want to join that Discord server for that charity tournament to benefit Extra Life, we don't often promote people's charity tournaments, but I'm feeling good about Mari. You know, comes out to our event. So there you go. You come out to our event, we'll advertise your charity tournament. And it's DAS only, right? The only real play style. 389 Gerald, 406 for Sidnev. And paces have slowed down considerably for each of these players. Akatu asking, when are we going to see keyboard only tournaments? Massive Zebra, is that true? I don't want to repeat something that's like involving that person if it's not true. Is that true? 465 for Gerald, 525 for Sidnev. All right, I want to verify that before I repeat that. All right, we have Gerald looking for that online facts. Don't worry about the online facts here, Gerald. You worry about Tetris. 528 Sidnev gets a long bar into that dependency there. 511 Gerald. And Tetris Gerald 558. So fairly reasonable transitions here for these players. Gerald looking for that one last Tetris before 19, but Sidnev at 540 here on 19. And Gerald sitting at 567 now, just a few lines in. Tetris, Sidnev 590. And Gerald back by just a few lines. You know, 6 to 9 lines or so. There's a Tetris Gerald, 619. Needs to win this game to stay in the tournament. Why is this drought so long? How long has this drought been? Was there a big long drought? I kind of missed it. I got all these administrative duties here during this tournament, you know, so I'm putting up slides. There's a nice little T-spin there for Sidnev, but then that J doesn't really do much of anything useful, unless I'm wrong here, unless this is some crazy, you know, 4D chess move from Sidnev, but we'll see. Does not seem to be a benefit here. All right. Sidnev's gonna. Oh, that T piece did not quite really do anything great for Sidnev again. So maybe having a little bit of trouble on that left side. 813 for Gerald in the lead by over 100,000 points now. Oh, adjustment there for Sidnev. Very, very smart. Oh, it's actually set up for a Tetris, but ends up having to take the triple just one piece before the long bar comes. Gonna get this stack down now, finally. 908 Gerald, 733 Sidnev. And Gerald with a really good looking board, taking a skim here. Can afford to. And long bar down for the Tetris. Gerald, 941. And another one, 975. So over 200,000 point lead for Gerald right now. And Sidnev looking to just have a good stack going into 29. Maybe try to squeeze out a Tetris or two here. No, just going to take the burns. And Sidnev into 29 at about 68 or so. Actually setting up for a Tetris and getting the Tetris. Gerald's got the max out. That left side seems to be problematic for Sidnev at the moment. Another piece that didn't quite spin the way they wanted it to. A76 Gerald, 819 for Sidnev. Over 200,000 point lead, Gerald. Sidnev trying to bring this stack down. Get some Tetrises here. Gerald with a good looking stack, just taking singles and doubles. Does not need to push. And we'll take him if the game gives him to him. Or maybe even not there. I mean, just playing very conservatively, Gerald, right now. Tetris for Sidnev, 918. So now within, and another one, Sidnev. So now just 140,000 points. Gerald actually setting up for a Tetris. Going to have to burn it down with a triple, taking another triple. B30. Sidnev trying to set up for another one, but getting drought at exactly the wrong time. And Sidnev going to top out 963. Gerald will take game 3. GG's. Well, I got to admit, the names do match on that online fact. That person does seem to have a brother. Oh my God. And then that person does look like that other person. So that could be true. Anyway, maybe that's a Discord fact. Sidnev up 2-1 over Gerald. 3-2-1 Tetris. All right, starting off with a couple of squares. And players approaching those S's a little differently. All right, the one push down point, Sidnev. I'm going to say it every time. I'm literally just going to say it every time. Because why not? If you go to the trouble of pushing down the first piece for 1 point every time, you should have it called out. Why not? All right, couple Tetrises on the board for each player. There's another one, Sidnev. Sidnev, 93. Sidnev, 72. Gerald. Anfu says, thank you for explaining it every time. I appreciate it. See, someone appreciates it. And that's sincere appreciation that I sense from Anfu. Anfu, did you also know that a Tetris on level 18 is 22,800 points? Oh, look at that. 5 and below on the left side for Sidnev. Always, these adjustments for Sidnev are just very cool. Able to keep a nice flat stack. No, Anpu literally did not know that. Well, that's surprising. You should know that. It's like basic fact here. Did you know that level 18 is actually the level 9? This is the 19th level in the game because level 0 is a level, and level 0 is actually the first level. All right, not sure about that T on the right side, but clearly setting up some kind of burn sequence. I mean, this is way above my IQ level, certainly Sidnev, and these adjustments. And there we go, Tetris. Sidnev 261, 255 for Gerald. So yeah, I have to go make carnivore pizzas today at someone else's kitchen, and I have to convince them that it's real pizza. So that is what I'm doing today. But it's pretty darn good, got to admit. I don't really need real, like, you know, bread pizza. I like this better. All right, 417 for Gerald, 342 for Sidnev. Gerald from the United States of America, one of the most united countries there is. That's why they call it the United States, because of our unity. Sidnev from the Netherlands. Messick says, where are the flags? I don't know. We might put the flags back on there. I'm getting a little, you know, I'm starting to kind of mess with the layouts again. Mess with some of the stuff. You'll see on some of the brackets, I'm using the title slide as the background instead of this kind of abstract background. So I don't know. I'm feeling a little bit of a creative streak. A need to change some things up a little bit. Let's make a community vote about the flags. I mean, that's not how things work. If you want flags, you can put them in your own broadcast. All right, little nice adjustment there for Sidnev. 529 Sidnev, 608 for Gerald. Just a few lines away from level 19 transition. Put the flags as the name backdrop. I didn't love that when it was the background of the Lone Star thing. Like, I get why we did it, just to make it different. But I don't know. I thought it was a little busy. So I don't think it's going to work for the names for me. 578 Sidnev, 633 for Gerald here on 19. Well, he's saying it's a dictatorship, not a democracy. I don't know. I don't know that it's a dictatorship, but it's kind of like the auteur theory, right, in film, right? The director is the author of the thing, and it reflects their vision. I think it's kind of like a CTM thing. You know, like, I just like to have, there's certain things, if I'm going to be part of this, and there's things have got to look a certain way. And maybe it's not the best way, but it's the way that I like. 767 from Gerald. 718 for Sidnev. But no, it is a community effort, of course, but I just have, I may not be good at, like, making things, but I know when things are made not well, right? That I do know. Like I don't necessarily know what I like, but I know what I don't like. I don't like flags as the background of the names. I'll figure it out. 734 Sidnev, 912 for Gerald. So another substantial lead for Gerald. All right, Sidnev with the Tetris, 786, A37 for Gerald. Got the max out here in 26. Hana wants the flags. Can't wait to see the flags again. I don't know. We might find a way to put flags in there, but it's just got to look right. A 1.1 for Gerald here on 26. Sidnev with a Tetris, column 9. Has got a lot of ground to make up here. Another Tetris, Sidnev. I mean, that's a good point, Marfram. You could just imagine most of the time it's American flags. Just imagine them in your mind. 939 into 29 for Sidnev. B83, still one Tetris available for before the 29 transition for Gerald. Sidnev gonna get a Tetris, got the max out on 29. C23, a 1.2 transition for Gerald. There's a Tetris. Sidnev clear away a lot of the board there, and going for Tetris. This gets a long bar over for the Tetris. A87 for Sidnev. Board getting high. Oh no, I don't think Sidnev can get anything over, and that is going to be a top out at A87, and Gerald is good here in game 4. Oh my word. Oh, Gerald, you are good if you want to mullen a little bit. You know, everybody's allowed the one mullen. Let's see where this lands. Tetris got the E11. Another Tetris, E52. The E is 1.4. A is 1.0. B 1.1. Another Tetris got the F. Put your F's in chat for Gerald's F. And in a way, you know, kind of when folks do this kind of thing, or you know, they mull in a big game or something like that, sometimes there's a little bit of drop off in performance in the match to follow. So, you know, maybe Sidnev looking to see this, right? Oh, there you go. Gerald going aggro, just going for it, and the long bar not coming and can't get it. So that's gonna be a top out. Gerald, we are tied up. Let's go ahead and get this underway in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. We'll give each player a little bit just to start off. Just all right. There's a little bit for you and a little bit for you. Okay. It's very stupid. All right. Sidnev up 1 point to none. The early lead. So, of course, Sidnev originally up 2 games to none over Gerald. So Gerald able to take 2 in a row, looking for a reverse sweep. And at this point, oh, there we go. We got the Vits for Sidnev. Of course, you don't really care, I don't think, how you win as long as you win, right? So whatever, whether Sidnev averts the reverse sweep or it sweeps or whatever, just wants to get in. S spin on the right side of the board. Sidnev. Long bar down Tetris, Gerald. Realize I got to go shred a bunch of mozzarella for this pizza that I'm gonna make. I don't know if they're gonna have a food processor or whatever, but I gotta go shred a block of mozzarella. $126 Sidnev, $147 for Gerald. All right, in chat, what's the last thing that you cooked from scratch? Like, what's something where it was more than just I made a sandwich? Like what's something you cooked from scratch recently? I'd love to know if people are cooking, or do they even know how to do that anymore? I don't know. Amelia says chili. JDH peanut butter cookies. We got lasagna for Toby. Focaccia bread from Herpla Derpster. The rest of you, I guess, you're eating pizza rolls, I guess. Chicken and rice. All right, 243 Sidnev, 245 for Gerald. A chicken sandwich. So you made that from scratch? You made the bread? This is what I'm talking about. You got to make it from scratch, right? If you didn't make the bread, it doesn't count. Oh, someone's saying a bolognese. Look at the Vits from Sidnev. All right, Messix makes bread. All right, everyone's getting hungry. Tetris Gerald 337. Sidnev looking for something here to build out that right. I think Sidnev going to miss an S-spin there on the right side. And just trying to get the board back into a Tetris-ready situation, which it now is. And there's the long bar down for Sidnev and the Tetris 367. There's one Gerald. Someone says, does it count as scratch-made pizza if you put sausage on it and didn't slaughter the pig? Yeah, you don't have to go all the way down the food production thing. You don't have to, like, literally mill the wheat. But you get the idea. It can't just be something you pulled out of a box. All right, so we got some talented cooks here in the Classic Tetris Monthly community. Oh, Duke is here. Duke's, of course, yes. To make an apple pie from scratch, you must first invent the universe. That's right. You truly cannot make anything from scratch unless you're the author of reality. All right, there's a Tetris Sidnev 467. 484 from Gerald. It's a triple down the right side for Sidnev. All right, 482 into 19 for Sidnev. Open for a Tetris down the middle of the board. And gets that Tetris is now, set up for another one. There it is, 532 into 20. Gerald is into 19 at about 532, adds on a Tetris there, and another one. So Gerald up by a little over 70,000 points. Sidnev set up column 7, gets a Tetris. With the winner of this game will win the match and get into the semifinals this month. And Gerald with a Tetris 639, 612 Sidnev. And another Tetris Gerald 665 by about 52,000 points. It's about 2 Tetrises, a little under. All right, Gerald kind of burning a bit here. That's going to allow Sidnev to cut into this lead. There's a lot of burning here for Gerald, just kind of not lining up with his board here, the pieces that are coming in, but trying to figure this out. He's actually set up for a Tetris and gets it, and then able to take a nice one burn skim to open up that right side, start building again, and there we go, 734 Gerald. There's one for Sidnev, 756, now into the lead, of course ahead by about 4 lines, so pretty much neck and neck at this point. Tetris Gerald 793, 786 Sidnev. So there you go, Sidnev. Oh, there's an adjustment there, Sidnev, to end up tucking in a J piece. Oh, no great place for that next J piece. They're gonna have to skim that away. There's a triple to bring the stack down, dependent on the left side for a long bar. Will that become a Tetris? Well, no, that'll be a triple. I'm not gonna mess around with that in a deciding game here. Sidnev with a small lead. There's a Tetris though for Gerald, so just trading the lead back and forth. Level 29 rapidly approaching. Both players flat and clean. And there's Sidnev Tetris 906. There's one Gerald 930. Another close one between these two players. There's a Tetris for both of them, just separated by 9,000 points and about 5 lines. Kind of tricky series of pieces here for Gerald to deal with. And that's going to cost Gerald some pace here. Max out Sidnev, level 28. Gerald kind of setting that up. Not a Tetris well, but kind of kept it open as though it were. And there we go. Now, good A81 for Sidnev into 29. And here we go. Max out here, Gerald. And just a triple into 29. Looking to have a good board going into 29. Just something dealable with. And gets a triple over to bring this stack down. Sidnev, good low board. Gerald trying to keep this low here. Oh no, misdrop with the S piece. This could spell the end for Gerald. We'll see what Gerald is able to do. The answer is not much. Gerald is going to top out, and Sidnev will be moving on into the semifinals. GG for you, Sidnev. So you can keep on playing, obviously, if you want. This is your time. You want to do a little victory lap there. We'll see what you're capable of. So great match between these two. Gerald, oh no, that is going to be it. So there you go. Bracket winner is going to be Sidnev. So let me try to move Sidnev. There we go. Sidnev. There you go. You have won the green bracket, the first confirmed semifinalist for CTM Masters this month. GG's, congratulations. You've done well. And Sidnev, after a little bit of a hiatus now, is back. So we'll see what Sidnev can do, aiming for victory number 1 in CTM Masters. And, you know, I'm here for it. So anyway, let me go ahead and report that. But in the meantime, you can take a look at our entire bracket right there. Oh my God, regard it. Hey everybody, this is your old pal, Vandweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly. And I'm asking you to do me a favor. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. And follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you, and have a nice day.